a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't calm down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. For a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
The other one that comes up as you're coming in. Happy Monday.
We gotta party for a lifetime. Oh, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. For a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
Let's get it started.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Thank you, Donna.
I'm gone, so don't run from the truth. You're lost, now I know you play me just like a flute. I still can't believe you had me on a leash, cutting all my teeth with all the lies you bring. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my
Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown, but we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow, where you go I go too, and if you hit the bottom I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. I know I'm not easy, I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go I go too, and if you hit the bottom I'm going down with you. Let's take it. Slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow, where you go I go too, and if you hit the bottom I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Well, hold on a minute. What's wrong with my camera? I mean, it's working. Okay, it's working, but it's showing me something on my prompter that says it's not. It's weird. Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? Hope you are well wherever you are. Today is May 20th, 2024, 6:43 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Today is National Be a Millionaire Day. Congratulations to all the millionaires out there. Yep. How about that? Today is also National Flower Day. National Flower Day as well. And today is also National High Heel Day. So give it up for the high heels. How about that, right? Some high heels. And I think the most important one here is today is, where is it? National Rescue a Dog Day. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and there's one more that's very important. One more that's very, very important. Today is World Bee Day. Save the bees. Save the bees, right? The bees are gone, so are we. I know. I know. I know. Damn straight. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Been grinding since 6 o'clock this morning. Haven't stopped all day. So I understand. I'm a high heel wearing millionaire wearing flowers in my hair, rescuing dogs that don't step on the bees. I enjoyed everything except you saying to step on the bees, Millie. How dare you step on the bees? You can't step on the bees. What? Who needs coffee? Who needs energy, right? Who needs that? Do I wake up looking like this? Oh, absolutely. Duh. No. No. It takes a long time to pile it on and tear it down. So hold on, I just got a text message. Okay. Well, so we are going to, there's so much drama in the Sebastian Rogers case, and everything is being talked about except the most important thing, and that is Sebastian, which is what we should all be here for in the first place. I'm a bit blurry. You take your medicine, Catherine? You take Do you take your medicine? Yeah, it's probably me. It's probably my connection. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably my connection. It hasn't worked in 3 weeks or something like that. Uh, oops, it's not Naked Garden Day. Explains the sirens. Not blurry to you? Okay. Okay. Well, some saying I look a little blurry, some saying I don't look a little blurry. It's very clear for you. Okay. Well, work with what we got. Something's wrong with my camera because it says invalid during USB streaming. Oh, today is National Streaming Day as well. I forgot to say that. And we are streaming. We are streaming. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Donna, for that. I appreciate you. Thank means so much. All right. So there is a lot going on in the Sebastian case, but absolutely nothing going on at the same time. And I thought we could bring it back, at least on this channel. Today one, let's talk about what happened that day. I want to go through the very first press conference, if you will. I forgot my eye drops. That's what it is. See? What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? National Streaming Day. That's right. And YouTube's dead, isn't it, today? Um, so yeah, there's that. Oh, and today is Cher's birthday too. I forgot to say that as well. Cher's birthday. Cher's birthday. So I've pulled some different things here, and I want to show you. This was 1 or 2 days after Sebastian went missing. I want to go back to day one. Over. Yep, that's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing. We're going back to pretty much day one. And let me tell you something. I don't know why, but this was the hardest freaking stream to find. I like to never found this one. The other ones are up, but this one it was hard to find. Very hard to find. I'm like, what? I don't know why, but it certainly was. Is everyone got their pearls on? Are y'all ready? Let's do it. Let's play it. All right. So this was just maybe a day or so prior after Sebastian went missing. Credit goes to WKRN News Channel 2. And let me add the credits here. WKRN News Channel 2. WKRN News Dose. All right. Here we go.
Major Sebastian Rogers, let's listen in live.
In a few moments, I'll go through some slides and show you what we've done over the past 4 days of searching. Really wanted to come to the community and ask for your help. We need you.
This shows maps, which is very important
to
as
search
well.
Your properties every day, morning and night. If there's a shed or a crawl space or up under your mobile home or a tarp that's in your yard, check it every morning and check it every night. Look for any details that something has been disturbed. If there's a shirt that was there today that wasn't there yesterday, notify us. You can really help us by searching your own property twice a day. Like I said, we're operating under the assumption that Sebastian walked off, and we really need your help to ensure that he is.
Now, that's a very important thing that he just said there. We are under the assumption that Sebastian walked off, which is clearly what they were assuming for the first couple days at that point, right? So I think that was something very important. I mean, generally, if a child goes missing, most of the times they do walk off or they get lost or whatever. But I think there needs to be change in this, because I feel like they need to run parallel investigations off the bat. Like, as soon as 911 is called, the house is cleared, everything is cleared, you're not going back inside, and that's fine until you can figure out what is going on. Because I think that would be very helpful, running a parallel search. A parallel investigation, rather. I apologize.
Brought home safely.
Okay, and when Chief talks about searching your homes, if you've got a farm, we're well aware that the tendency to follow creeks is great, and we've actually done some case studies, some history on calls and searches in the past where young men or young women have traveled to creeks. So we want you to look at creeks. We want you to look at ponds, and if you look at a pond, look for foot tracks around the pond. And then we'll go into, when Chief's ready, we're going to go into pictures, and we'll show you our operational periods and the maps that we use to track our searchers. Okay, so this is day one, and all of the rings you see are a fixed wing aircraft, TBI's fixed winged aircraft, and they use a FLIR, and they do a continual circle on a 2-mile ring. And the video quality and the pictures that they produce are amazing. And the lines that you...
Hold on, I want to go back to that. All right, here we go here. I think that, let me take this filter off for a second so you can see better. You can see where, I believe you said that was a 2-mile fixed wing aircraft, drones, all of that, and they show maps, I think, closer up
They
here
do a
shortly.
continual circle on a 2-mile ring.
2
And
mile.
the video quality and the
So 2 mile, right? 2 mile. That way it's kind of like overlapping as well. So there's that.
pictures that they produce are amazing. And the lines that you see that are going all over the place, the green and the purple and the blues, those are helicopters, THP Metro. And then all of the lines in the middle, when you draw that in, those are our foot searchers. So in the first 2 days, we logged over 2,000 miles of personnel on foot.
2 days.
Those are our foot searchers. So in the first 2 days, we logged over 2,000 miles.
2 days, 2,000 miles of foot searchers. That's incredible.
Of personnel on foot doing searches in those search areas. If you want to go to the next page. So that's day 2. And you can see we're continuing to expand those search areas, and you'll see clues, you'll see markers. If a searcher finds something, they mark it. We send a detective or detectives to that scene or to that area. And if they find evidence, we haven't found any evidence. And but if they find something that they think is substantial, CID investigates it. Go on to the next day.
Haven't found any evidence. Obviously, nothing at all.
That's the next day. TBI was back. That second day we had really bad weather with rain, and so these are the rings from TBI again.
Actually, a lot of people thinks that rain hurts the scent. Like whenever they're searching, it would hurt, but it actually helps. It helps the scent for dogs to track. It helps. Actually, very dry weather, your scent does not stay as long.
And they did some almost trial type figures when we were looking at particular areas, and they were looking at streams at that time.
I think, here's the map. Let me take this thing off again. They've got a lot different, like they've got 1030 Kelly Lane. Let me look that up 1 second. 1030 Lane, Hendersonville, which is okay. I'll show you that in a second. That's 1030 Kelly Lane. They've got a lot of different things marked here. Mark 2/28/24, 1/18/18 p.m. 2 thick need drone. They got ponds, a lot of different things. If you've ever, what's the class that we did ICU that you learned a lot about this? I can't remember ICU will remember what class it was. I can't remember what class.
And a lot of helicopter, and then more ground troops. And then we got one more day. And then today we're expanding west, and you can see those areas that personnel are searching. And so what we do is we get them in, and we've got an app that they utilize, and they create tracks, and you can see the tracks in those sections as they do the search. And we've got several other things going on. We're utilizing drones, K9, and UTVs, ATVs, horses, aircraft, and anything at our disposal to to get Sebastian located.
With Norwegian, wake up to a new city nearly.
Sorry, I forgot to put it
Director
on the
Wadner
thing.
said what you didn't see on there was any drone track. The drones aren't tracked on Sartopo. What you didn't see on there were several assets that didn't have the app that day. So what you're seeing is what we know we have tracked. Like I said, we're operating under the assumption that Sebastian walked off. We have no evidence to disprove that. The family has been nothing but cooperative with law enforcement and our investigation. We are
I mean, look at the manpower in the early
truly
days.
operating under the assumption that
Helicopters.
there's a child missing that needs our help. So if the public is out there and
Look
you
at
have
that.
a house close by or not close by, right? Check your property twice a day. If you find something, call us. If you have trail cams out on properties that you hunt, check them. If there's an image that you think could be Sebastian, call us. Anything, any tip that you have, call us. We want to bring Sebastian home.
And when the chief says, even if it's not right here, so I actually spoke to the incident commander of a search
Awesome.
operation that happened west of here, and a 14-year-old went missing, was found 9 days later, 6.2 miles from home. So we're looking at, we don't want to go out too far, too fast, but even if you live in Davidson County, if you live in Robertson County, if you live anywhere in Sumner County and adjoining counties that you think he could have made it to your property, search those streaks, creeks, streams, tributaries, ponds, barns, outbuildings, vacant homes, anything, any place that you think he could be.
One tip, if you're searching your property, is to search it in pairs. If we have aerial assets up and they see someone walking alone through a field, we're going to deploy resources to make sure that is not Sebastian. Secondly, if you're out searching your field and something happens to you, someone needs to be able to call for help and tend to you while we're on the way to help you. So if you're searching, please search in pairs and be safe.
What's the weather been like to possibly affect the search?
Weather, our primary concern with weather is for Sebastian. So the cold, the rain that we got and the cold temperatures yesterday and into last night gave us concern for hypothermia. But for rescuers, we put rain gear on when we go. Our mounted people, we're using a lot of tactical officers at night with FLIR or with night vision. And so our search personnel, the weather does not bother them. They go and they're going to perform the search. We're looking at rain tomorrow.
No, this was day 2 or day 3 of Sebastian going
going to
missing.
stabilize a little bit. 245 and 17 are feeding us weather on request, and National Weather Service is working with us every day, sending us information if anything changes. So,
Chief, I know you guys had asked for doorbell cam and surveillance camera. Have you guys been able, since Sunday night, Monday morning, been able to actually put eyes on Sebastian? Has any video actually shown him walking?
We have had several clips that have come in. Several of them we've been able to dispel that's not Sebastian on that clip. We are still working every lead that comes in. So as the video comes in, our detectives, we're working really well alongside the TBI and all of our other law enforcement partners in the region to make sure that we're getting on them just as quickly as possible.
But there hasn't been one video that you guys have had that you said that's...
There is not
We
a
do.
confirmed sighting of Sebastian on camera.
Was any of the canines able to pick up on a scent or something that can lead you to maybe a direction where he might have been?
we've done that. We've actually cast the dogs at intersections to see if they take us. And our dogs are scent specific, and we have scent articles from the home, and they have not. We have gotten some tracks away from the home, and
Very important. Very important. Very important. Back it up, sister.
But there hasn't been one video that you guys have had that you said that's...
There is not a confirmed sighting of Sebastian on camera.
Was any
Next.
of the canines able to pick up on a scent or something that can lead you to maybe a direction where he might have been?
we've done that. We've actually cast the dogs at intersections to see if they take us. And our dogs are scent specific, and we have scent articles from the home, and they have not.
Our dogs are scent specific. We have taken things from articles from the home, and there has been no scent. None. Zero, zilch, nada. Don't let anyone tell you that there has been a cent. There has not been a cent. They'll say, well, what about that radio transmission? It wasn't Sebastian. No cent, period. Zero. None at all. Me too. Me too. And that's why I want to go back over this. Clarify, clarify, clarify. There has been no cent. Zero, zilch, nada. And why? Because I can tell you, if I walk out my house right now and walk 2 miles down the road and a scent dog came there, it would follow me. It would follow me. They have had 10 or 12 dogs at this point, from what I understand. Why hasn't there been a scent? Because he did not walk out of that house, in my opinion. Did not. Low suspicious, Justin. That's what I found out also from listening in the beginning. It can only be one person for that. He got out from another place. I think he was taken out of that garage.
We have gotten some tracks away from the home, and we haven't had anything that leads us to Sebastian, obviously.
You mentioned that you covered about 2,000 miles, correct? What's the word on the amount of volunteers and people helping?
We'll address that later. We still got plenty of, and what you got to understand is span of control and manageability. And I know there's a lot of talk out there. You know, you need to get more people out there, but we've got to do it coordinated, and we've got to be able to monitor and ensure the safety of our searchers. So right now we've got so many public safety assets that we can track and we can.
Max Chica said, my coonhound found my scent when I was running in my neighborhood, and my husband is walking her a different way. She knows where I went, and she is not trained to scent dog. They're smart.
Communicate with that we are in good shape right now, and we are discussing the possibility of going into volunteers.
We have begun the conversation of coordinating with local volunteer groups. Should we need them, there's a plan in place. What I don't want is to have 1,000 people out in the woods, someone get injured, and now we have to deploy resources to them that should be deployed to get Sebastian home safely. As of right now, I've talked to the FBI, I've talked to world-renowned detectives from the Middle Tennessee area, and every one of them has said we're doing everything that we should be doing. We're doing everything that we can. I'm open to ideas. If someone's got an idea that we're not applying yet, let me know. I'll apply.
Do you know how many hours, how many miles you guys have clocked in and searched so far?
2,000 by foot the first 2 days. We're not tracking hours now. We'll put all that together. We'll do an after action report. But now we're going through the day, preparing this afternoon for tomorrow. We've got a team that's doing that. We've even got the tax assessor's office working with us on additional mapping for streams and creeks that we want to make sure we're covering. And I'll tell y'all, we're hitting streams and creeks heavy. So that's something we need done, is
hitting streams and creeks heavy. And that's right. And if they're trained, it's just that,
is creeks,
that much more.
Streams, tributaries, checked, because the watershed from the Tyree Springs area coming down in here, one thing I've learned about autism is the stamina, the pain threshold, the drive in these men and women, young boys and young girls, is greater than ours. Okay. So the particular case in northern Mississippi and West Tennessee, this young man walked until he passed out. And when they got to him, he was laying face down, and they were like, "Oh my!" But he was unconscious, and they've done stories on him, and so that's something we're looking at, and we urge people to get out and check those locations. A lot of farms.
Yeah. But Boo, that's what Chris said. Chris and Katie lie because they lied about them being at the Harley shop. Why are you lying about being at a Harley shop? You're at a Harley shop. Oh, that was such a long time ago. Oh, because you're wearing a missing Sebastian shirt, so don't really think that was that long ago. Right? If he's pumped full of sleep medicines and sedatives that he takes during the night, is he going to walk that far? Is he going to walk that far? And if he was pumped full of sleep medicine and sedatives, which is what she gave him every night, then he would definitely, if he would have walked out of that house, like sleepwalking or something, barefoot, I mean, how are you going to miss a scent? How is a dog going to miss a scent? I'll wait. And I'll probably be waiting for a long ass time for a good answer, because I can't think of one.
Sumner County, a lot of creeks in Sumner County. Check them.
I hate to cut you guys off, but I'm really focused on getting Sebastian home, and we need to get back out and make sure we're doing everything we can. I really appreciate you guys being here and covering the story. And as soon as there's an update, I'll let you know. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, back here at the WKRN.com Alert Desk, you just got the latest update from law enforcement there in Sumner County as the search for 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers now enters day 4, and they continue making that push for property owners.
No, they're sent inside because he lived inside, right? 10 to 15 dogs, they aren't going to miss a scent. Not all of them. Not even close. How long does a child go missing before they call it foul play? No scent. There is no allotted time before they, I mean, it could be considered foul play almost from the beginning. It can change over time, but that's the thing. I think there needs to be a dual investigation the moment specifically a child goes missing, but really anyone. Because if there's foul play, right, the first, and when they're thinking a child just ran off because the parents are telling them that for the first, 2 or 3 days, well, that's a lot of time. Nisi's comments. My son's been on this exact same meds as Sebastian, and no way would he be able to wake up and run away unless he had many hours of sleep and RX meds wore off. Yeah, I mean, it's so, what's the common, and it's an antipsychotic, but it's also used for a bunch of off-label things. Seroquel. Seroquel will knock you out like a light. Especially if you're young, right? Your system's not used to any meds, but the Risperdal that he was taking is even stronger, much stronger from
owners in the area to continue searching their own property twice a day looking for Sebastian. At this point, they say Sebastian walked off. The family is cooperating with the investigation. We're going
to... we got a new member, y'all. Angel, thank you so much for becoming a member, my dear. I really do appreciate the support. Let's y'all please welcome Angel. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Okay, welcome. Pearls look good on you, Angel. They do.
to have much more coming up on News 2 at 3, but now back to your local programming.
Oops, okay, that was over. All right, that was over. Oh, we got another member, Bobby J. Thank you, Bobby J. Welcome to the Pearls family. Pearls look good on you, darling. Appreciate your support, truly. Thank you. CC True Crime Channel says they have a low doses of them, but who knows I'm not a doctor. Just know about Seroquel and Risperdal for family members with bipolar. Yeah. It's he had been, I don't know if he had been, but they said he did not, he wasn't much of a sleeper. So he definitely had to take this. They need to stop saying he ran off, or he ran, if there is no evidence or trace or scent of him running. That's impeding the search, Sam says. Yeah, I mean, there's no evidence to say that he ran off, or, I mean, in my opinion, there's more evidence to say that he didn't run off, in my opinion, because there's no evidence to say that he did run off whatsoever, right? There's no scent, there's no cameras, there's nothing of him that says he ran off. So if there's no scent, there's no sighting of him anywhere, there's no footprints, clothing articles, anything. Well, that says, in my opinion, you didn't run off. That's just my opinion, though. Hey, Jude, thank you, sweetsies. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, my love. Mrs. Fletcher, darling, how are you? Good to see you, darling. I believe Katie absolutely holds the answers. I think the only reason a mother would hold back on screaming at the top of her lungs where her child, looking for a child, the only way is if you know where your child is. I do believe Katie is grieving. I do. But I believe she is grieving because, in my opinion, Sebastian is probably no longer here. And she knows where he is, in my opinion. And something happened in that house. No cam footage, no sin, automatic investigation, in my opinion. Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes. Absolutely. Nothing there. Well, honey, something's up. Dina Lynn, thank you, my love, for 2 months. Appreciate you, darling. Thank you for your support. Means a lot. Really does. All right. So that was the very first press conference. But we're going to go to April 2nd. Hold on, let me see what this date is first. Let me check this. This date is... Okay, so this is February 28th. The same day that happened. This is with Nick Barris. Credit goes to News Channel 5 Nashville. And they're having like a little chat. And there's people that works in this studio that actually has search dogs, and this guy talks about Seth does work for the county and all of that. So maybe. Come on, man. Hold on. Let's refresh.
The latest styles, designer looks.
They're all... Oh, we don't care. We really don't. Sorry. Okay, here we go.
You're not probably directly involved in any way. And by the way, we'll take some phone calls. But you've heard about this case where the autistic child, the 15-year-old, is missing out of Sumner County. The sheriff's department, the TBI involved. I think
that is the join button, truth be told. Thank you.
It's the sheriff's office, but keep going.
Oh, gosh. Sheriff's office. I was going to say, by the way, I was going to send you this past weekend, besides the money, several...
Besides the money.
Posts from around the state that have been sent to me where the sheriff's office... And I get an exception here. It says, anyone who has information, please contact the sheriff's department. And the sheriffs themselves are writing this.
Well,
it's all out there. I mean, and he's correct. It is sheriff's office. And the problem is it continues to perpetuate among sheriffs themselves, calling it department at a lot of sheriff's offices across the state. What's with that? I mean, you are hardcore on this. And I owe you money every time I say that. But the reason sometimes I go back is I keep seeing it referred to as...
So if Huey came home when he was in...
Yes. And there was 2 children in East Tennessee last summer that were found within hours. And then there was little girl just a couple weeks ago in Ohio, Southern Ohio. Thank you, Holly. Thank you. And they were all found. All of them found. If they're there, they're going to find them.
In school and said everybody else is doing it. Did you allow him?
Well, no, but when the sheriffs themselves refer to their place of employment as department, I defer to, if you work there, I mean, I'm like, well, you're the sheriff.
So the TBI presser today had nothing to do with Sebastian. It had to do with online online predators or something like that. Tracy, thank you, love, for some caffeine after last night. Just got off, so I'm over Okay, that sounds wildly. Just got. I got you from Fire Stream, man. That's funny. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate you. Thank you, love. Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate you. No, it wasn't Whitney. It was a little girl that went missing, but they found her safe and alive. I got you, Tracy.
That's what you want it to be called. What am I supposed to do? Call them out? That's their choice, I guess, right?
Well, sure.
I mean, they're the top dogs there. Yes, I would. If I'm not just because everyone else does it, but who's to say that you're correct and all these other sheriffs are wrong?
Look it up. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean,
why did they call them? It's in news releases. It's funny. I was going to send it to you. I go, take a look at this.
No, I agree with. So of course, I was the president of the National Sheriff's Association.
So you would know.
There's a great there's a magazine that they have once a month. We ought to send it to you. It's kind of cool. But it was I think you wrote an article for it monthly or every other month, whatever. And I think the name of the article we put together was "What's in a D."
And you know something? I've thought about that. No way could Katie move him alone 100 pounds, but I think it was like closer to 120 of weight is like 150 pounds in my opinion. She needed Chris to move or help move or dispose. I absolutely believe Chris, just in my opinion, based upon no fact that police have stated other than the things that Chris and Katie have talked about themselves, I do not believe Katie did this all alone. I just don't. I just don't. I believe she had to have help. I don't think she could have planned it.
And it's the department, and so go through explaining why it's important and all that.
Covered it, rather.
Because it's, I mean, all joking aside.
You've explained it, and you're absolutely right. It is an office.
But it offends me more when someone in the office does it, and these agencies do it. I mean, I've seen it on literature. Yeah, you're exactly right. It's a, and you know, it doesn't mean much, except it is a part of the dilemma that sheriff's offices struggle with around the country. Really about especially in a city like this where you've got a metro police and a sheriff's office, the department office exchange of that. It tells you something. It tells you that you elect one and you appoint the other. All those things.
Exactly.
It's confusing, but
there's
out there,
reason.
It's fun to do. We cut up even with the sheriffs. I mean, there's been around the country. There's some who say it themselves, but I haven't got collecting their money yet.
Well, it is police department, sheriff's office.
Because you've never messed up and said police office when I've been on here.
Exactly. That's right. Because then you never hear it in releases. That's what they call themselves. But there's a whatever. Anyway, the sheriff's office in Sumner County is involved with the search for that 15-year-old. I'm just curious, when it goes out in Ebolo, and as it is now, it's going on its third day of not finding this child. And the child,
going on the third day at this point. I think I just lifted 100-pound fountain. I mean, could she do it? Yes. Katie could do it with the adrenaline pumping. I think she could do it. It's not like, a 200-pound man, but, it still wouldn't be easy, but still.
Belief could still, as an autistic child, be hiding somewhere, still be fearful. You always wonder at what point.
Southern, are you talking about the same medicine Sebastian took? I think his mama went to Memphis and brought Chris home and then took him back, or his sister, someone. That would be
in the game, the consideration of maybe some type of foul play, which they have not said is the case yet. But
that'd be hard.
Do you ever have, if a neighboring county when this happens, is there any involvement? And I'm sure the police department the sheriff's office here. Are you even aware of this? Would you have any contact with the sheriff there? Like, well, we can keep our eye out here in Davidson County. I mean, have you heard anything at this point on this?
It's a good question. A couple things. One
Listen
that
to
you
this.
want to know:
Right here.
the birth father of this child works for us in this situation. Now,
The birth father of us works for us.
I don't know the relationship. There's a lot of conversation about that, but he is an officer with us, been here a year or so. That's not.
He's an officer for us. He's been here a year or so.
Information from him coming to us. We understand that that's the case. We always get asked to participate and help in these types of situations. Some version of it. It could be, will you assist in helping? We have 2 staff members who work for us who have in their private life, they have dogs that search, and so they go out, volunteer their time. They've been up there the whole time helping on their own. But we have to be really careful because it's their private dog. It's not the sheriff's office.
So there's 2 people at the news office there. I guess they got tracking dogs, private. Thank you, Sweet Serenity. Yay. If she put him in the car, she could have dragged him to car and put him in. It would be tiring, but she could do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. The thing is, criminals are getting smarter as well. As, you know, our technology has gotten better, but also they're learning how to get, you know, past some of it as well.
Stuff, but they volunteer in doing that. We have other folks in our special operations response.
But the thing is now, if you've got a newer car and you drive the newer car,
Teams who go out and volunteer their time and help. Where it gets a little weird is because, and it's usually through the Office of Emergency Management for Davidson County, that's also working with Sumner County. That's how we get connected to it. Where we have some issues is, and this sounds real petty, but you know, sending people who are getting paid to do a job here over into other counties and do it. So it's I hate to say it, it's almost a volunteer situation.
Okay.
Because we don't have the
But
equipment.
you're kind of a camaraderie, the fraternity. You help each other when you can.
Right. And
they volunteer, I bet. They do so.
Right. And we would even do some where you're on the clock doing it. It just always is a weird deal because what happens if it's, you know, Murray County? What happens if you just keep going? And so we've had this conversation. We've had some people up there volunteering. We have some other folks who are kind of in wait to do certain things, but it's just a show of force. It's extra eyes and ears. I mean, we don't have any special skills that would help you in any way, but we usually work through OEM, who is working through OEM out of Sumner County, and I think you know, just like you, it's a scary situation each day that goes by.
Yes. One thing I would like to know is sea bags. Sea bags. Chris and Katie, sea bags. Do you have your sea bags, Chris and Katie? Because I know you haven't thrown them away. Everyone keeps their sea bag. And they're big. And what are they? Leak proof, right? Odor proof, I guess you could say. I don't know if it's odor, but you know, I can literally fit inside of it. Yes. No, sea bags. Sea bags is a bag that is given to you in the military. Let me show you. Let me show you. You get them in the military. And they are big. They are very big. There's Let me see. Let's look. I can't. Well, crap. I'll show you. I'll give you the general, but they're green and they'd come from the military. Here we go. And they're very big. And they, yeah, sea bag. You get them in the military. You see them wearing the green. Hold on, I think I found one. Open a new tab. Okay, here we go. This one's doesn't look as big. It's a little smaller, but it's still, this is, I think a sea bag is like 40 inches long. And they are, okay. Bags have been originally impregnated waterproofing chemical which may cause an unpleasant odor, it says. They're like heavy duty water and leak proof and all that. Like you can't, yeah. Yeah, Navy, they call them sea bags. Yep. And they're very tough. I always thought it was very odd how Chris and Katie answered when asked what vehicles they drive. Chris couldn't remember the year and make. Katie fumbled on the color and the make. Oh, speaking of vehicle, I want to show y'all something. We'll go back to the sea bags in a second. But these, they're tough, very tough. They last forever. 5'1" and 1/2 inch. She's 5'1.5", and she can fit in it. They're 1,000. Very tough. Very tough. That's what I call my bra. Funny. But you know, you can throw them right in the ocean and they're not going to get wet, right? So they call them sea bags. Actually, they buried Osama they wrapped him in a white sheet and they put him in a sea bag. A sea bag type, a bag. And then they put weights in that as well. And then they put him in the ocean. She did have a Mini Cooper, and she may not have it anymore, but on the records it says she still has it. At least on my side it does. Yeah, very duty heavy. Very, yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me take this down for 1 second. What'd I do? Okay, there we go. All right. So, guys, do me a favor if you have not hit that thumbs up button yet. Be greatly appreciated. This was Terry Lynn. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. Can't remember. But they said she was live, and this person was driving slow past them. And what color is Chris or Katie's car, and what color is the mother-in-law? They said they was kind of acting strange. Yes, I know. Let you check what? I see you. Yeah, it's like a grayish blue, isn't it? Like I don't know how to. I said Bauer socks. Well, you guys know that Terry Lynn got her tire slashed, right? The woman has been working her ass off nearly 24 hours a day for almost 3 months. So they were acting very strange. Oh yeah, Ruby. No, I think it was just one tire. Really? Trisha G? I don't know what it is. It's so weird. Sorry. But Katie has the gray one now. Yep. Yep, she certainly did. Yeah. What happened? Where was her car parked when it happened? I can't remember where it was parked. And they did it with a screwdriver too. Yeah. It was. They chased JLR, so it's amazing. It seems like people don't want Sebastian found. Sometimes it feels that way. It's like, why are people slashing her tires when she just wants Sebastian found? Why? Makes no sense. Drives the gray one. I thought that was interesting. I was like, no way, Jose. No way, Jose. By the way, Chris and Katie did not attend the vigil yesterday. Never heard anything about a bike run and vigil. Who was it for? Someone put on YouTube. Chris and Katie's head there. Thank you so much, my dear. Flattened tires and threats. Thank you, Orange. Unacceptable. For what? Is that the blue Ford Flex that was in the driveway that belongs to the it's an Infinity. I see you. It's an Infinity QX something, I think. Okay, Dan, okay. I sure will. Let me start that message so I can remember that. All right. So I do want to show you, getting back to, oh, let me just show you this because this was, oh, hold on 1 second. What is this? Oh, that's sweet. Look at this. I thought this was for Sebastian, but it's not.
The sweetest boy ever. And all of them are waving at him. I just love him. They don't make men like this man. I'm telling you. You guys, my husband is the sweetest man. They're having a funeral procession for, I believe, a biker. I don't know, but look at all these. And look at my husband out here with his little hat in his hand.
I love Jelly Roll.
The sweetest boy ever. And all of them are waving at him.
Like,
I just love him. They don't make men like this man. I'm telling you.
he's the sweetest human being. This was just placed. Yeah, I'd like to see the date because that was 2 things yesterday. I love Bunny and Jelly Roll. Very kind soul. I turn off my radio if I got my radio on whenever, like, I pass a funeral or a funeral's going by, but I don't get out and stand. That's very sweet for Jelly Roll. Okay. Continuing. Yeah, they're around Nashville. Yep, sure are. I think someone posted that on one of the groups, if I'm correct. Could be for Sebastian. I don't know. Okay, let's read this. All right, posted in the group. Pop this down. There is more than enough evidence for DCP cases to show that Sebastian was abused, and for law enforcement to consider probable cause to investigate the Proudfoots as suspects involved in the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. And the integrity of the DA and SCSO and the TBI have been compromised. Otherwise, they would have looked at the Proudfoots as possible suspects involved in foul play from the get-go, but law enforcement still haven't and refuse to even consider suspecting them 2.5 months later. You know, if CPS is out, and if Seth knows more, right? And he says he does. He says he knows more about what happened in that house. He said, if, I would have known this and I would have had him the week before, things would have been different, right? Rhonda, thank you so much. Yay! Thank you, my love. Welcome. Welcome, my friend. Appreciate you. Pearls look amazing on you, darling. Amazing. So if Seth knows more, why doesn't he see if he can, push them to maybe charge for something CPS related? Now, rarely they do. Seems like, yeah, CPS rarely does charge unless it's really, really bad. But still, I think it would be worth asking, in my opinion, at the very least. Now, who remembers Joe Clyde Daniels, little Joe Clyde Daniels from Tennessee? The case Joe Clyde Daniels. News Channel 5
This Memorial Day weekend at
could the Joe Clyde Daniels tragic case help find Sebastian Rogers? Those looking for Sebastian worked the Joe Clyde case.
Joe Clyde Daniels disappeared from his Dixon County home in 2018. And now some of the very same people who are looking for Joe Clyde are out now looking for Sebastian Rogers.
Anthony Lyle, Steve Hurdle, Josh.
There's no denying the similarities in the two cases. 5-year-old Joe Clyde, autistic, was said to have wandered away from his home at night, barefoot in his pajamas.
We'll try to get this baby out here, so that's what we're hoping for.
That was 6 years ago this month. A massive search and nothing.
Our main job and our focus is finding where he's at, his remains, if it's remains, or if he's alive, we'll find him alive.
Now consider 15-year-old Sebastian, autistic, and said to have left his home in Hendersonville at night, barefoot, and with a flashlight 2 months ago. A massive search and nothing.
I think in the absence of information, what we'll continue to do is go back over everything we've already done once, put a fresh set of eyes on it.
Back to Joe Clyde, who is presumed dead. You may recall his case quickly turned criminal. Much like Sebastian, there was no physical evidence to explain his disappearance. The key difference is his father confessed to killing his son. He quickly recanted that confession, but was still found.
Yes. If you ever want to go over that interrogation together, let me know. It's a great interrogation. It shows you some of the tactics that are used by the TBI, how they kind of interrogate, at least on camera. And Joe Clyde has still not been found. Still not been found. And the only reason this has been solved. Okay, I'll get it. The only reason this has been found, the only reason he's in prison is because he admitted. Yes, inaction interrogating. Yep, you sure do. It's a good one to go over. I watched that interrogation. It's sad he won't tell where that baby is. Yep. Even after He went missing in what, 2018? He's been missing almost 6 years. Almost 6 years. He admitted and then he tried to recant. Yes. Yes, Brittany. It's unbelievable with confessing now. He needs to tell everyone. Baby needs to be found. How do these mother Fletchers sleep at night? How do they sleep at night knowing a child is out there, their child is out there?
Guilty at trial.
Why did I kill my son?
To date, Joe Clyde's body still has never been found. Legal experts say his father never would have been convicted without the confession. So what does this mean for Sebastian?
We have not cleared anyone, but we have absolutely no evidence to support foul play.
This despite hours of interviews with those close to Sebastian. So no confession, no physical evidence, and no new leads. If anything is to be learned from Joe Clyde Daniels' case, it's that someone who knows something needs to speak out and come forward with that information. And if they don't, it's very possible that Sebastian's case will never be solved. Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
Hopefully, TBI and all of them will solve Sebastian's case. Hopefully. But remember, we have Summers' case, Sebastian's, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 high-profile cases from Nashville to to the eastern part of eastern Tennessee. 5 high-profile cases just in Tennessee right now. None of them are solved. None. And we're about to be on 3 years for Summer. It's unbelievable. It was about no body case conviction. Yep. Let me see here. Okay, this one is from February 29th.
Law enforcement in Sumner County underlying the urgency of the situation today. We've had days of cold, and Sebastian is without his medication. News 2's Sarah Smith is live tonight in Hendersonville, where local leaders are pleading for information. Sarah?
Bob, first responders here
Yep.
have been working around.
Yep. It's one of them. That's one of them, Elisa.
The clock trying to find Sebastian. We're also told he's been without his medication for days. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office says they're not giving up on the search for 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers.
If a searcher finds something, they mark it.
Yep.
We send a detective or detectives to that scene or to that area. And if they find evidence, we haven't found any evidence. And but if they find something that they think is substantial, CID investigates it.
Sebastian is autistic. Investigators think he walked away from his home off Stafford Court early Monday morning. The search including helicopters.
Sorry. I already did that one. I apologize. That wasn't the one I wanted to show you. This one is from the 28th. No
For most
confirmed
kids, summer
sightings.
is a time of freedom and fun.
Searchers still look for Sebastian in Middle Tennessee. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, described as 5'5", 120 pounds, was last seen near Stafford Court in Hendersonville. Bear with me as almost done.
Make this a hunger-free summer.
Chain, The heartache is deep in Sumner County as a classroom chair has sat empty all week long, one that belongs to Sebastian Rogers, a missing 15-year-old with autism. He hasn't been seen in 5 days.
A dive team has now been called in to help with this investigation. News Channel 5's Aaron Cantrell has been following this search all week. Aaron, tell us what's going on out there today.
Well, Emily and Carrie, there's still an active scene out here, but we do know that the Franklin Police Department, they got a call from the Sumner County Sheriff's Office yesterday asking if they could send out a dive team. And there was a small police presence outside of the Rogers family home today. There were members of that dive team. Also, there was a raft and an ATV, and officers were just looking at the area, just hoping to look for anything that could lead to Sebastian. But community members, they are just hoping and praying that he comes home safely. It's a busy day inside Warsham's General Store.
Kids are buzzing in and out of here. It's going to be 4:30.
Here's the store.
Some people call it the foundation of the Shackle Island community.
Teachers are grabbing breakfast and lunch.
But this community hasn't felt stable since Monday, after 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers went missing from his home on Stratford Court.
My entire school is in a constant state of prayer for him.
Patricia Shemansky is Sebastian's former 8th grade teacher at T.W. Hunter Middle School.
He has a great sense of humor. He loves people. He loves animals.
She says Sebastian may have autism, but he's extremely high functioning.
He has a great sense of humor, loves to laugh. He's a jokester. He's extremely smart.
Feeling helpless as they wait.
See, I think, yes, it is me. It is. Sebastian was autistic, but he was much more, he was very high functioning, right? In fact, his friends said you couldn't, tell anything was really different about him. Right? I think he was pretty much just like any other 15-year-old almost, just Marlena, I hope is, and not was, but to be quite honest with you, after almost 3 months, coming up on 90 days, no evidence of him walking out of the house. We just played it. Not a single cent. And nothing. May 25th will be 3 months. Yep. So if he was taken out of there, in my opinion, he was taken out in a car for a reason, right? Kids don't just vanish. Nobody just vanishes. Nobody.
Wait around for answers. Her school decided to honor Sebastian by wearing his favorite color.
You have to pick a pencil, you pick the green one, you pick a folder, you pick a green one. So he always picked green, so we knew it was his favorite.
Aww.
This week, multiple agencies have searched thousands of miles for Sebastian using scent-trained dogs, horses, and technology. but still no luck.
Typically, autism children are drawn to water.
Still no luck. Still no luck. Here she says, typically with autism, children are drawn to water. Katie said Sebastian did not like to get dirty. Hated to get dirty, she said, actually. Hated. The scent at the pond was a false hit. There was no scent. 0. I played it from the actual lips of the investigators. The lips from them. And he absolutely hated to get dirty. You think he's going to walk out barefooted? Or you think he's going to walk out barefooted? Hates to get dirty? In the middle of the night, whenever it's dark, he would be very probably scared. He would not like the texture of the ground because you're going to have, we've all walked barefooted outside, every one of us. And can you play the first interview where she referred to him in past tense? One thing, I don't know if she referred to him in past tense or not, because Chris and Katie, that's one thing I'll give them. They've never, that I'm aware of, really referred to them as past tense. It was not given Sebastian scent.
So if there's a pond or a lake on anyone's property, to look those places.
Andrea Haynes also knows Sebastian likes small spaces.
Sebastian came to my classroom because it's a small classroom. He always was smiling and always had a great imagination when it came to drawing.
They're hopeful he will return home safely.
All right, thank you.
Standing firmly together as a community.
I also have such hope in the team that I saw going out there. They are taking this extremely serious, and from what I saw them doing, they're leaving no stone unturned.
We love him, that we're all praying for him and wishing for his safe return.
So in addition to those teachers, we saw several community members out here today wearing this exact color here, green. They're just sending their hopes and prayers that Sebastian returns home safely. Now, authorities, they're asking folks in the area to still check their home surveillance video if you see Sebastian or see anything suspicious. And if you do happen to come across him, of course, call police immediately. I'll send it back to you all.
Yeah. We're hoping for a good update soon, Aaron. Thank you.
I just don't think Sebastian could get past all the cameras, not leave a scent. Have you seen the Cali docs? I don't know what you mean by that. I believe they do too, Mandy. Especially Katie. I think we need to start asking Katie more for interviews rather than Chris. We've heard from Chris. Katie, get in front of a television. Get in front of a camera for your son. Doesn't have to be on YouTube. Doesn't have to be on TikTok. Doesn't have to be on Facebook, but get in front of a camera for your son. That's the question. No talking? The hell's wrong with you? Right? And then we have this that dropped. Oh, wait. Actually, before that, trying to. So before the. I might have to back up here 1 second. It might be on WKRN. Yep. So then after those interviews happened, or yeah, those things that happened in the timeline, how many days was it? March 7th, the landfill happened. That landfill. How is these mothers not being pressed? She did get in front of the camera and everyone blames her because of her interviews. I wouldn't tell you nothing either after that. Okay, that's fine. Well, then it's not about telling me. It's not about telling me. It's not about telling you. It's about being a parent for Sebastian. That's what it's about. It's about being a mother. It's about being a dad. Right? That's what it's about. Right? It's about accountability. Absolutely. 88 days. Yeah, she gave up. She gave up on Sebastian. She absolutely gave up on Sebastian. So she can. Time always tells. Time always tells. Not only did she she didn't even check on him when she heard the thud. Didn't walk in his room and say, "Good night, son." Talked to your husband 3 hours, but didn't even say goodnight to him. She gave up on Sebastian. She knows, absolutely. You know what Seth said? And trust me. Oh, I want to make something really clear here. Very, very clear. The other night, when all of that stuff was going down, how should I put this? You can support someone. It seems like so many people nowadays, it's like you're one or the other. Everything has to be extreme, right? And let me be clear here. I support Seth. I support Seth because he is doing what a father should do, and that is searching for their child. Now, I want to be very clear on this. Just because you support someone does not mean you like everything they do, you approve of everything they do, and it doesn't mean you don't say something when you disagree. I was furious with Seth the other day when he went up there and said that to Trevor. I was furious. Because I know Trevor's character. He is the least problematic person you're ever going to meet. And I believe there is either someone feeding Seth misinformation, or he's not understanding of what everything is going on. But I support Seth. Okay, so let's make that clear. Yeah, Mohawk, I'll see him June, right up here. Thank you, Serenity. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you. But I'm getting to my point here. I support Seth. May not like his actions. He held anger and frustrations for almost 3 months, and I think the other night, I think he exploded and Trevor got the brunt of it, unfortunately. Yes, I think a lot of it is misplaced. I would have loved to have seen him tell Chris like that. After all, you know more than we do, Seth, about what happened in the Proudfoot home. So I think that should have went to Chris, myself. Now, who you support, whether it's Chris, Katie, Seth, none of them, all of them, is up to you. But a creator, I usually don't say this stuff, guys, so I'm a little uncomfortable. But I just couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it. Said to me that she said that she could no longer support me because I don't support Seth. And I was like, what are you talking about? Why are you? Of course I support Seth. Of course I support Seth. And she said that she said that another creator well, a former, well, I'll just say it. The thing about it is, why is this like, I get it that it was leaked. Josh said it was leaked. He leaked it, and someone sent it to Seth's mother. It was about Chris and how of a vile person Chris is. I don't care who leaked it at this point. Like, I really don't care. Exactly, always late. Now, this creator just could not believe it. Because I really try to be good to everyone, even if I don't support them or go in their chat room. I just don't say nothing at all, right? Do your thing. I'm here for the kids missing, you guys. That's what I'm here for. No, the creator was Bullhorn Betty. Right there. I'll name names. I have no problem. No problem. I usually never say anything like this. But this case has gotten to so many people's heads. Has gotten to so many people's heads that they don't even think anymore. And I was just like, well, this is just part of your history. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not like we were. Like I have always said, regardless about how you believe, I believe, what you think might have happened, might have happened to Sebastian, and what I think might have happened to Sebastian. You don't know, and neither do I. It's a mystery at this point. We think, all of us think, we have theories. But that's all it is. And whatever happened to Sebastian in February 25th, 2024, has already happened. Has already happened to him. There is nothing that I can do, or you can do, or anyone can do to change that. Nothing. Well, you're keeping it always late because a little birdie told me something. And I thought that was wrong. Always late is a good one right here. Always late. She's one of our newest mods. And yeah, that's fine, Marlena. Always late is one of the ones that I can have a total different 100%, and we have been on the opposite sides before. And she likes who she likes, and she's absolutely okay with me having a different opinion than her, because the last time I remembered, we live in the free world, most of us watching. And because I was furious at Seth the other night, I was mad, to be honest with you, just mad. So was Smiley. I think everyone was. That supported him, support him, and didn't support him. Everyone was disappointed in that, most of us. I am now, by that creator I mentioned, someone who's not supporting Seth. That has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. We were floored, reality. We were floored. We absolutely were floored. So the creator was messaging me and said who she thought was sending messages to Seth's mom. And I won't mention who it was, because it's not them anyways. And regardless, it was about Chris to begin with. It was about Chris. Seth is overwhelming with grief. Oh, it was very draining. After I got off that panel, I felt like an 85-year-old hunchback of Notre Dame lady with osteoporosis. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I support Seth because Seth is doing the things that a parent does, looking for their kids, right? Doing the interviews, right? The get-togethers, trying to talk to anybody and everybody for better or worse. Saying, I don't care what you think about me. He's not trying to defend himself all the time in every meeting. He didn't move, right? Yeah. And Seth wanted that released. Yes, absolutely. I don't know if he wanted it, but he approved that it was okay with Josh. Josh, I guess, asked him, if it was okay if he releases it, and Seth said yes. So that's, I don't think he, I'm not saying he absolutely wanted it to be released, but there's that. But you don't have to support everything about a person. You don't have to support everything about a person. And this is what I do, and this is what my mama taught me. And she would say, take the good about what you like about that person and just enjoy that about the person, right? Just enjoy the things you like, and the things that irritate you or whatever, you know, let it go, focus on the good, right? Because everyone has good qualities. Everyone has qualities that are not so great. Some people can be annoying, or we all have faults, every one of us. And all of us screw up. All of us screw up. You know, just like Seth, whenever years ago, that report that's going around, I believe it was thrown out in court or whatever. But if that stuff happened, that's absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. No child, woman, anyone should be abused, and anyone, period. And I don't support that if that is true. But it doesn't mean I don't support him for what he is doing now, right? Related to his son. And that's all he really cares about anyways. That's all he cared about anyway. That's all he cares about anyways. When we get in these cases as creators, you know, we're not there to necessarily be, we're there to deliver the story, the facts, opinions, hear you guys, your opinions, your thoughts. But and that's all that Seth, and that's all that the people we meet along the way with our stories, the cases that we work and do, is we're there for them in a moment, a very hard, the hardest parts of their life. We meet them at the hardest parts of their life. So obviously, not everyone, like I say, is going to be a peach, right? It's the hardest time of their lives. So you do have to give some grace, right? Give some grace. And that goes for Chris and Katie too. But the thing with Chris and Katie, it is the hardest parts of their lives. So there's this case has really gotten to people's heads, and people get, and I do too. Don't get it twisted. I do too at times. Because I'll be quite absolutely. And that's exactly what I'm saying. You can't support abuse. And it wasn't if Seth did that in the past, which I believe it was thrown out. But if he did that, it's not okay. But there hasn't been anything since. I'll just say that. And Chris and Katie, there's something here in the very recent past, several times. And with Chris, specifically in his past and in his recent past, there have been alleged abuse. Right? And then Chris has quite the history, right? Quite the history. And the story doesn't make sense. And I don't believe a child just walks off. I don't believe a child just walks off, not without a scent, not on camera, not an article of clothing, not a footprint, nothing. Zero. I don't believe it. Grown-ups in Sebastian's life. All we need is circus music. Chris cracking the whip. Right? That's Chris. But I was just floored the other night about someone thinking it's just amazing to me. People think because you are pissed at someone at a moment in time doesn't mean you're pissed at someone all the time or forever, right? It doesn't mean that. It does, Nurse Sandy. And smacking kids with braces, Chris allegedly. I believe the kids. Yeah, I do too. Chris told us that Sebastian thought CPS was going to kick me out of my home. His words. His words. So, anyway, onward and upward. Onward and upward. And I guess she's not the one if you have a differing opinion with. That. And another thing that what I think it really was, to be honest with you, well, another thing that I think it was partly of is a creator that she used to be very close with, that I support, that I think is doing a phenomenal job, that I've worked with, and that she no longer does. And I think that was it as well. Justice is coming. TikTok, love the shirt, Justin. Thank you. It's very similar to the one I wore yesterday, and I thought, damn, I filmed yesterday. People's going to think I'm wearing the same shirt as I was yesterday, but it's different. The creator who no longer works with her. Yes. Yep. Yeah. And you can't be like that with people. You just can't be like that with people. Just because someone has a problem with someone doesn't mean I have to have a problem with someone. I think we should be more mature than that. Promise Roads, I think you're right. I absolutely think you're right. Yeah. So it's crazy. I'm a floral gal myself, yeah. Oh, she loves Hello Kitty. Who was dating who? What do you mean, Elisa? I agree, Donna. So, yes, Michelle. Yeah, it just takes I don't know. I don't think I don't know. Problems are subjective rather. Just because you have one does not mean I have the same one. Yours are yours, your problems, not for everyone, just you. Don't get mad when people don't agree to share yours. Thank you. Exactly. That's exactly right. Bingo. Simple. See, people put too much emotion behind, if I feel this way, you have to feel this way. You have to feel this way. And you know what? If everyone agreed with you, you wouldn't have anybody to argue with. Think about that, YouTube. Think about that. Think about that. You wouldn't have anybody to debate with, right? You got to debate. We debate. So, hey, Soldier Gal. I don't know, man. It's just like chill fuck out. It doesn't solve anything. Doesn't solve anything. I mean, we don't, it's, I always say, your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whoever, do you agree with them 100% of the time? I don't. You don't agree with your mom, your dad, your kids, your aunt, your uncle, your grandmama, your second cousins, you don't agree with them all the time, but you still love them. The Lord don't agree with us all the time, right? He's like down there, he's like, Justin's eyebrows on wrong today, honey. Fix that eyebrow, Justin. You know what I mean? So Trust me, it's more than an eyebrow, but he still loves us, right? Damn, people, chill the fuck out. I'm sorry for my language, but I was just. Yeah, and I apologize, guys, because I don't ever talk about creators. Like, I really don't. I talked about one several months ago, but I mean, fucking years. Anyway, but and I stopped. I don't even mention that creator anymore at all. Text, voice, don't even think. Don't even think about it. So, I apologize for that, but I just kind of wanted to have a little heart to heart with you guys because, you know, we should be into true crime because, you know, we want to get the message across first and foremost that this person, no, DD, no, this person who is missing or unalived matters and their face needs to be seen first and foremost, right? And that's our little bit of help we can do in the world. And we can also give our opinions, tell facts about the case, obviously, and be with like-minded people, right? Like-minded people who are care about missing children, missing people, true crime, and discuss that with them. That's what I'm here for. And if not, like, you can be on the case or the case can be on you. You know what I mean? Like, it's very easy as a true crime creator. It was very hard, especially probably the first year as a creator in true crime, because you're constantly reading, you know, discussing, learning, speaking about some really tough stuff. You're ours, Dinah. Donna. Called you Dinah. And you know that can get really depressing. And there's cases that, as all of us as creators, impact us more than other cases. They're all important, but as individuals, there are cases that affect us more personally. And those cases, you really got to take good care of yourself, right? Otherwise, you're not taking good care of yourself. You're not doing probably the best for your audience, for the case in general. Yeah, Pickle Toast Grandma, I believe that as well. Thank you, Enlighten. Been here since the Jose days. Oh man, the Jose days were crazy. Those were crazy days. It takes us all to keep sharing these babies' faces and names out here. We are all just as important as any creator it takes us. Absolutely. And let me tell you something. Beautiful Sunflower is truly a beautiful sunflower. Truly. Truly a beautiful sunflower. Just a very classy person who really cares about these victims. All my mods and subs are like that. All of you guys are. Oh, what? Yeah, it is what it is. Yes. I know that about you, Elisa. I got that about you. And that's okay. Some people likes to kind of go against the grain a little bit to test what they really believe, right? And that's okay. Everyone has such a unique role in chat. Right. Oh, thank you, Summers Army. Thank you. Everyone has a unique role. No, I love that about you, Elisa. So love you too, Spirit Seeker. All right, guys. I'm out for the night. It is Monday and I'm exhausted. I got like 4 hours of sleep last night, and I have literally been running since 5:45 this morning. Tired. Love you guys. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow morning. I got some flowers and stuff I'm going to show you guys tomorrow on Hey Sweetie. If you are not subscribed to my new channel, Hey Sweetie, you're missing out. You're missing us being sweeties over there. So make sure you subscribe to my third channel, Hey Sweet Tea. HEY Sweet SWEET space T TEA. Hey Sweet Tea. And that's because in the South we always say, "Hey sweetie, how you doing?" Just kind of did a northern accent with a southern accent. "Hey sweetie, how you doing?" "Oh, bless your heart." And in the South, "bless your heart" means, "Oh, honey, you're so sweet." Or "bless your heart" means, "Oh, bless your heart, you're such a bitch." I really are. It can be either or. It can be either or. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for that, my love. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Gymnastics. Very sweet of you, my love. Thank you, sweeties. Really do appreciate the support. So that's what sweetie, it can mean two different ways, right? Like in the South, we gossip, and we're like, "Oh, Susie, she's something else. God bless her little heart. Little tramp, God bless her. Lord bless her." That's what we do. Lord bless her, little tramp. She little. Thank you, Summers Army. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate you. Thank you. Soldier Girl, thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate you. Susie's a mess. Mama Bear, oh, thank you so much. Curls look so good on you, girl. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you. That's just the way it is in the South. Can you play the Katie thing about snacks and bugs? Oh, sure, of course. Let me find it here. Maybe. What? Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go.
Snacks, because, you know, he's 15 and snacks. Snacks, because, you know, he's 15 and snacks. Snacks, because, you know, he's 15 and snacks.
Something that I believe we're privy to. Something that I believe we're privy to. Something that I believe we're privy to.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Even a fly, and he's like, oh! Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. Even a fly, and he's like, oh!
Yeah, you're right, Ruck and Robin. I miss Nana. I miss Myra so much. I really miss her. Really, really miss her. What a soul. Like she was a little place on YouTube where it kind of felt like, you know, like going back home, because she was just kind of like the people I grew up with. You know what I mean? Like there was no, she was just who she was, right? And it just felt comfortable there. And she always wanted me to get on and do, you know, how I used to dress up as Miss Basham. She begged me to cook in the Miss Basham clothing. Yeah. Nana was a good soul. And she loved every single one of you. I mean, she was literally in her last hours of life, her last few hours of life on YouTube. She said, I don't feel good, but I didn't want to leave y'all hanging. She was, Elisa. You know. So it's she let everyone be themselves, yeah. But I tell you what, she could set some straight too. Yep. Played a game. Sure did. That headache, yeah. All right, guys. Love you all. Good night. God bless. I'll see y'all. I might see in chat around in a little bit. Hopefully PG goes to live tonight or something. I'll see you guys later. Good night. God bless. Bye.